Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is currently, let me get this situated. It is currently, this tripod doesn't ever want to work for me anymore. See, it's a little bit off center. Oh well. It is currently about, this is gonna drive me crazy. I don't know why. Last night I was sitting in the dark and now I'm sitting with a tripod that doesn't work. It is currently about 5:15 and Alex is upstairs with Boo Radley hanging out, and I just changed my wash over into the dryer so that I could have something warm and cozy to wear to the movie tonight, because we are getting ready to go see Halloween Ends with Melissa and Jason and Aaron and Eric, and I am really, really excited about it. I'm gonna get movie popcorn with lots of butter, and then I'm gonna get M&Ms and a large Mr. Pibb. I'm so excited. But I was telling Alex, I'm like, I'm really kind of hungry for like food, like real food. So I might have to make something when I get home. But the thing is that after I eat all that crap, I won't be hungry. So, I don't know, we'll see. And it's supposed to get really, really cold tonight. Indianapolis is supposed to get down to like, in the low 30s. Our management company sent us out an email saying to shut off our water and remove our hose. So I have to do that as well tonight. So, anyway, last night, what did I do last night before? Last night was Thursday. Did we watch anything on TV? I don't remember. I laid down for a little bit, I think. Yeah, I think I laid down for a little bit. And then I was so hungry, and so I woke up, and it wasn't too late when I woke up. I think I woke up at like 11:30 or something like. I mean, it's probably late for you guys, but for me, like with my normal situation, it wasn't too late. And Tanya and Caroline had both texted me about this new show that started. I think Tanya had told me about it, maybe when I was talking to her earlier, about this new show that started on Netflix called The Watcher. And Caroline had texted me about it and said that she had started watching it. And so, or she said this looks good or something like that. So, I like made 2 little sandwiches, and then I had like chips and dip. And what else did I have? Something else. Oh, I made my garlic mashed potatoes. It's colder out here than I thought it was. It wasn't, it's like the temperature has dropped just in like the last 2 hours, because it wasn't really that cold out earlier. And so I made some garlic mashed potatoes and had those, and yeah, and then I watched 2 episodes inside on my iPad of The Watcher, and but I was tired of wearing my AirPods, so I wanted to come outside, but I knew that it was going to be cold. It actually, like, the wind had kind of died down last night, and so it wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be. So I came out here, and I had recorded Alaska Daily. Is that what it's called? Daily Alaska, Alaska Daily. It's a show with Hilary Swank. So good, you guys. I'm really, really, really liking it. It kind of reminds me like a lighter version of the show The Killing that was on AMC, and then they moved over to Netflix like years ago, which is probably one of my favorite shows I've ever watched, ever. The Killing. I don't even know if you can watch it anymore or where it is or anything, but it was so well done. I think the first 3 seasons were on AMC, and then the 4th season Netflix picked up and finished because there was no end to it. But it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I don't know why. It's not about a homicide detective. It's about an investigative reporter. Hilary Swank plays this investigative reporter that is trying to solve this murder case of this indigenous woman in Alaska. And it's just really well done. And the cast is good. And I don't know. It's just, and it's kind of homey too, because it takes place in this like, just like with these like small, like, you know, just like small area of Alaska and whatever. So anyway, I really like it. And I mean, there's like cute stuff, like she's running and she runs like, and she sees this moose, and so she's like Googling like do moose attack humans and stuff like that. So it's cute. But anyway, so I watched that, and then I watched 2.5 more episodes of The Watcher, and then I went to bed. So I watched 4.5 episodes total, And did I watch something else? I feel like I watched something else. I watched a bunch of TikToks last night too. But I got through 4.5 episodes. I could have just binge watched the whole series. That's how good it is. I mean, it's really, really that good. And then when I finish that, I'm going to watch The Midnight Club. And then I'm going to get back to watching, what do you call it? Fear the Walking Dead and Manifest. It was interesting because, so I started watching the show. It's produced by Ryan Murphy, The Watcher. And it doesn't kind of really seem like a Ryan Murphy show to me, though. I don't know how to explain it other than that. But it's with Jennifer Coolidge is in it. Mia Farrow is in it. Naomi Watts is like the main character. I looked up, like, her husband is like, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's this really good looking guy. I can't remember what his name is though. It's like something Italian. And but it's really well done. It's got like Rosemary's Baby vibes to it. Like with, like, you know, scary neighbors and all that kind of stuff. And kind of like a satanic kind of like feel to it, although it isn't like directly in your face, but it's just like, it's very eerie, and it's like really well done how it's about these people that like buy this house out in the suburbs, and they move into it, and they start receiving these letters from the Watcher that's supposedly watching them. And it's supposedly based on a true story. Well, it is based on a true story of this couple that this happened to at the exact, like, it's like the address and everything is the exact same. But, like, I read the real story last night because so many people are saying that, like, I mean, it just says based on true events. It doesn't say, like, this is exactly as it happened in real life. It's like people get so bent out of shape. They're like, it says it was based on true events, but it's, like, not exactly. That means, like, it was just, like, the story was, like, based on, like, what happened, but it doesn't mean it's, like a true telling of it, right? So, anyway. But I read the whole story last night of, like, what happened, and there are actually a lot of similarities between it. So if you Google it, I can't remember the article where it was that I read it. I wouldn't, like, Google the real story until you're, like, 3 or 4 episodes into it, because it'll kind of foreshadow for you a lot of what happens in the show, because there is actually a lot of things that happen in the real story that are in the show. But by that point, I was, like, so far into the show that, like, the things that I read, I already knew about. So anyway, but it's really, really good. I didn't even know that it was coming out, so that was exciting that happened. And I'll probably finish that up tonight when we get back from the movie. I don't know if if I'm hungry after the movie, I might have to get something on the way home. Some Taco Bell or something. I don't know. The line at Taco Bell is always like madness because it's like the only place that's open late at night. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm just going to vlog for a short period. I said yesterday I was going to just vlog for like 20 minutes. And then I like ended up vlogging for like 40 some minutes. And people were like, Peter always says he's just going to vlog for a short period of time. And then he ended up vlogging for 40 some minutes. I know, I always say that. I always say I'm going to just vlog for like 20 minutes or whatever. But today that is the case. I'm only going to vlog between 20 and 30 minutes because I'm like kind of running behind on getting stuff done and getting videos up and all of that. Like I wanted to film more videos today than I did. I wanted to film a Peterisms video, and I wanted to do a PO unboxing on my Peter Does Stuff channel. But I just can't get that stuff done if I want to vlog and all that kind of stuff. I have to fold my laundry and then take a shower and then be ready in time to go to the movie. So I'm like having a hard time hearing in this ear today. Like I woke up with that, and I'm kind of wondering if, like, I don't feel sick, but like I feel like my ear is kind of clogged in this ear. I watched last night as I was, oh, I forgot that I brought my coffee out here, my La Colombe coffee mocha latte. I don't think I've had the mocha latte one, so we'll do a little live review right here. This is the first coffee that I'm having of the day. It's pretty good. It's okay. A little chalky. I'm not a big mocha person with coffee. With ice cream, that's a different story. No, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Nobody's really been out today. I think it's because it's been a little bit colder. My neighbors haven't really been walking a whole lot or anything. I saw 2 neighbors walking and I waved to them when I was out here earlier. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Last night as I was going to bed, or was it early? It was early this morning. I think maybe. Oh, I know when it was. So when Alex left this morning and he said goodbye, like I woke up and I couldn't fall back asleep right away. And so I went down and I ate a Krispy Kreme donut, and then I came back to bed and Boo Radley was all curled up in a little circle. And I turned on Halloween 2018 because I've been kind of like watching it, that movie, not it, the movie, but Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I've been kind of watching those back and forth for like the last week to kind of get ready for this movie tonight. Am I like... Do you guys ever do that to try to like pop your ear? My ear is like clogged. I don't know what it is. Here's somebody walking down the street. They got cute little dogs. Well, not little dogs, but they have like a black lab and like a little smaller black dog. Today's like, it was funny because when I was talking to Tanya last night, she's like, it's such a Halloween night outside. And I was like, it really is. It was like the wind was so blustery and the leaves are changing. They're so pretty. The leaves are so pretty outside. I feel like I'm forgetting something that I did last night. Last night was Thursday. Alex came home. I vlogged late last night, didn't I? Yeah, Alex came home from his workout and he was taking a shower. And then he was resting in bed. And then I vlogged late because it was like dark outside when I vlogged last night. And then I went inside and I started like uploading my vlog. And then that's when by the time I got all that stuff up and like the vlog was like uploading, I laid down and I got my other videos posted. That was when I went upstairs and I laid down, and I think it was like 9 o'clock. I think I slept from like 9:15 to like 11 is what I slept. So I had a nice little nap last night. Oh man. If we don't stop somewhere on the way home, I may just stop at the gas station and get some chips or something because I'm hungry. Or maybe I have to go to the grocery store and get some like macaroni and cheese or something. I'm craving mac and cheese. It was funny, like I got those garlic mashed potatoes last night. I don't know what the brand is. It's like Simply Something. And they were okay, but like the just plain mashed potatoes were like buttery and had like salt on them. And I didn't really taste any garlic in these garlic mashed potatoes at all. So I haven't had red skin potato salad in a long time. I love the Meyer. Like it is my favorite. The Meyer brand red skin potato salad is so good. You know, it's so funny how many comments I get from people about Aldi. I was talking about this yesterday in my vlog, and I noticed I got some comments, and I got comments on my review channel, and I got comments on my Instagram because I posted pictures, and people, like, love Aldi. And can somebody explain it to me? Like, I really, like, I don't understand. Like, I understand the prices are good, but, like, people, maybe it's the Aldi that we have. I feel like the Aldi by us is, like, small. Like, when you walk in, like, people were talking about, like, the deli at Aldi and, like, the produce and stuff. I, like, feel like the produce is, like, one little area when you walk in. That's it. Like, one just little area, right? And then, and then I feel like there is no deli. Like, I feel like there's meat that's packaged, but I don't know, like, a deli area. Like, do you guys have a deli in your Aldi? And then I feel like this stuff is like so confusing to find that like I don't feel like it's like the grocery store is planned out really well. I don't know, maybe it's just because I haven't shopped there for a long time or whatever, but I feel like it's like whatever you're looking for, it's, you know, it's kind of like Costco, like to me a little bit. Like, so if you find something that you like at Costco, unless it's like Costco brand, you know, which is what, Kirkland or whatever, it's like they don't sometimes buy it over and over and over again. So if you buy something, it's like, let's say if you buy, I don't know, like some kind of chips, or my cousin bought these, she likes these like protein bar snack things there. They're like granola snacks. And so she like couldn't find them. And she ended up finding them because she asked this woman, and they had them in, like they had moved them where they put them. But I've noticed like at Costco, like they'll have something, and not limited edition, just something regular, and then when they sell out of it, it's like they got it like on a special deal, and like when they sell out of it, it's like they don't order it again or something. And I kind of feel like Aldi is like that. I mean, Aldi, like whenever I walk in there, they always have like the huge containers of like the cheese puff balls. Like they always have those. But I just don't think that I don't feel like like their frozen section, I don't feel like is like very big. Like, I don't know. It's not like I couldn't grocery shop there, but maybe it's just our Aldi that we have. I don't know. I've never gone in there and been like super impressed with it. Like, oh wow, I've got to come back to this place. And I feel like, oh, our mail is here. And I feel like so many people that I know are just like really impressed with Aldi, like love it. And I don't really get it. My mom back in the day, she used to go to, I don't know if Aldi was around then, but she used to go to this place called Low Bills, and it was like discount food, and it was like, you know, my mom would always go to like, she would go to a lot of places that were like that, like the day old bread. My mom would buy like day old bread, or she would buy like Entenmann's. Do you guys literally, like there's an Entenmann's, like, you know, those breakfast rolls and stuff. She would go there and buy like day old, like breakfast, you know, rolls and stuff like that. I bought some pasta salad from Fresh Time, and it was $1 off, and I think it was because of the date, like it was expiring that day. And I bought like 3 containers of it, and by like the second day, you guys, that I ate it, which was like just 1 day past expiration, it was so gross that when I ate it, it almost kind of had, I don't even really know how to explain it, it almost kind of had this like acidic taste to it, almost kind of like it had like cleaning materials in it or something. It was bad. It was like, it had like turned, and I know it's probably because there was like mayonnaise in it or whatever, you know, but like it had gotten really bad like really quickly, and I had never had that happen at any like pasta salad at Fresh Time before. So I was really kind of surprised by that. But like also like it was $1 off because it had like a $1 sticker on it, you know, because it was like close to expiration date. So I don't know, maybe that was what it does, but I only really ever go to the grocery store like once a week, you know, like back in the day I would go to like the Meijer, you know, I would go to Meijer with Tanya Jean, or I mean I would go to the grocery store like every other day. And then, like, if there was something specific I was looking for, I would go to Fresh Time. Or if there was something specific, I didn't go to Fresh Time a lot. Like, that's kind of my go-to grocery store now, because it's really close, and also because I just really like it, and they have everything that I want there. I also like Trader Joe's, but I don't know that I could shop for all of my groceries at Trader Joe's, if that makes sense. Like, they have some of the things I want, but not all of the things. So I would go there for like special things that they have and whatever. And what was the other places I would go? Like Kroger and wherever, you know, Walmart. Rarely did I go grocery shopping at Walmart. The 2 Walmarts that I go to, though, their grocery section is ginormous. Like, ginormous, right? Alex and I went to Kroger a lot back in the day. Well, Marsh grocery stores in Indianapolis, but they've since closed. The Marsh that was closest to us is now Aldi. But that was where we used to go a lot, and I loved Marsh, and their produce and their deli section was fantastic. Whole Foods I very rarely go to. I like their deli section to get like a meal for the night. So when Alex would like be going out to dinner with his girlfriends or whatever, I would go to like Whole Foods and I would get like soup or you know, tomato soup with like jalapeno, what do you call it? With a jalapeno cornbread or whatever, and then I would get like, you know, the vegan mac and cheese and stuff. Their deli section is really, really good there. I'm like in my head because I've been like craving Yats for so long. Yats is red beans and rice. It's like Cajun food, and it is so good. I did a review on my review channel like a long time ago, but you get like, so the one that I get is called, Alex always I used to get the drunken chicken, and Alex would get, it was called the Alex's Special or something like that. It had Alex's name in it. I can't remember the one that I get, but I wish I had my phone because I would look it up. But they're just like a local like business, and they have like 5 or 6 of them around here, I think, in the college campuses. They might have them in like Louisville and Cincinnati and whatever, but they make it all in like these crock pots in the back, and then they just put it over rice. And then you get 2 pieces of French bread. I always get extra French bread with it. I can't remember the one I get, but they usually have like 2 or 3 vegan options. So they'll have like 5 to 7 main options, and then they'll have like this is just like jambalaya Creole kind of food, right? Or jambalaya, and then like, you know, but it's all like Creole. And then they'll have like 3 options that are like vegan, and they're delicious. And then they have every hot sauce that you could imagine in the entire world. My favorite is Crystal's, but they have every hot sauce, every hot powder like there that you can use. And then they also outsource these pies, so they always have like buttercream pie, peanut butter pie. It's, you guys, and then they always play like Zydeco music in there. It's really cute. It's like, and it's just like these little strip mall stores. They're so great. And what I love about it is, you can get an entire order, which is like, you know, those plastic containers that open. It has like the main area and then the side. So you can get an entire order that's like heaping huge order. Plus, I'll get a French bread, which is like the best French bread with butter and garlic that you've ever had in your entire life, and I get extra. So it's like you open this huge meal, right? And then a drink in a styrofoam cup and a piece of peanut butter pie, and it comes to like 12 bucks, like even. Like, it's fantastic. I can't remember what it is that it's called that I usually get over there. I don't know why I can't remember that, but it's good. But I've been craving that for a while, so I don't know, maybe Alex will take me over there and I can get that for lunch tomorrow or something. My one mom keeps on falling down. And I've kind of secured it into the other mom, so I'm hoping that they don't both like fall down. But I've been watering them. I've been keeping up on watering them, so like their base should be heavy. Because my neighbor across the street, she's like, "Are you not watering them? Is that why they're falling down? Because the base isn't heavy, you know?" Well, we're halfway through October, and I haven't started walking, and I haven't started lifting weights, and I haven't started reading, so I think it's, what's today? The 14th. Okay, Monday. I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to be real good on Monday. I'm going to be real good, I swear, on Monday. I'm going to be making big changes over here. Big changes in the world. I like woke up today and I was like so obsessed with that show that I was watching last night that I like seriously all I wanted to do was just like keep on watching shows like all day long. Like, I'm becoming a little obsessed with TV, which is good because I'm going to start doing reviews of TV shows and movies over on my Peter Reviews channel. But so thank you guys for all suggesting that I move it over to my Peter Reviews stuff channel, since I've now listened to you and that's where I'm going to move it. But but I'm becoming a little obsessed with binge watching these shows. And I'm now watching so many shows that have so many seasons. Like Fear the Walking Dead has like 7 seasons, I think. And I'm on season 2, halfway through it. And Manifest has 3 seasons. And I'm like on episode 2 or 3 of the 2nd season. I mean, I have a lot of catching up to do on these shows. While at the same time, I'm trying to watch these other shows like Friend of the Family, horrible. I need to just sit and watch it and get it done. and then you ask yourself, like, well, why do you need to get it done? Because I do want to watch it. Like, I do want to have, because I know that, like, 6 months down the road, somebody will say, well, did you watch Friend of the Family? And then I'll be like, gosh, I wish I would have watched that show, you know? You know, this is kind of a, I don't know why I'm even going to talk about this, but it's kind of silly. So, YouTube a couple years ago, like, really, like, was, it's funny to me because if they were, so they got down real hard on, like, profanity on, you know, YouTube videos. And I wouldn't say that I'm ever somebody that has, like, been, like, well, at points in my life, I have been, like, a huge cusser. But, like, not, I would say, in the last 10 years, where it's just, like, F-bomb, 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 right? Like, out of my mouth. But, like, I really tried to make a concerted effort on YouTube to not, like, cuss as much. And that kind of, like, translated over into my personal life. Like, I really started looking at, like, how I was speaking and the language that I was using and things like that, right? And I remember that, like, my mom would say to me, because she didn't, like, my mom wasn't somebody that never cussed, like she would, but she didn't really like it. And she would say to me, like, oh, you're hanging out with all those recovery old men and they cuss like sailors and whatever. But she would say to me, you know, like, when you cuss a lot, people stop listening to what you're saying and they are listening to how you're saying it and they don't take you as seriously. So if you want to really say something and get your point across, like, make sure that you're saying it in a way that people will listen to and they'll respect, right? And I do believe that. And whenever I say that, there's always a couple people out there that are like, I don't believe that. But for me, when I'm listening to somebody, that there's, like, a lot of just, like, well, F this and F that and whatever, unless it's, like, pertaining to, like if they're a comedian and that's their comedy or something, which I think is kind of, like, they fall short on that. But even if that's, like, I don't know, for me, I don't find that entertaining, and especially in my personal life, if I'm with somebody that's, like, a big cusser, like, I just am kind of like, I don't know, like, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. I don't judge it. I just don't get it, I guess, you know? And my dad's a cusser, you know, like, and people I know, it's like I said, like, it's not like I don't, like, cuss from time to time, but, so, I really tried, though, to stop using swears. I mean, I say this all to be funny, but, I mean, I really did. I stopped trying to swear as much as I had in the past, you know? My mom really took issue with when I would say, like, JD or GC or JC or GD or whatever, right? And so those are two that I really, out of respect of my mom, even though she's not alive, I don't say anymore. But I really have tried to just not swear as much, you know, and especially, I think, because of my nephews and, you know, whatever. And I also, like, I've noticed, like, in people that I watch on YouTube or people that I watch, like, when they're talking about just whatever, it really, to me, how they speak, the manner that they speak in, that, you know, if they don't cuss a lot or whatever, like, it does to me, like, it is easier to listen to. Like, I do enjoy it more, you know? But it's funny because, like, so I would say, and I know this is so dumb, you guys, but I would say damn it, like, all the time. Like, I'd be like, damn it, damn it, damn it. I've said it all the time, okay? And so one of the things I've started to say, because my mom used to say it in the last year, is dang it. And so when I say it now, like, I'll be in bed and, like, let's say if I'll be, like, in the bedroom and if I stub my toe, I'll be like, dang it. And Alex is like, it makes fun of me, he goes, dang it, dang it. But anyway. I especially don't. I don't know, have you ever been like, well, that's enough, I don't need to talk on. I've already vlogged for half an hour in here. I said I wasn't going to vlog for 20 or 30 minutes. I don't need to go on and on and on about that. I just think, like, I think that there is a lot to be said about how we present ourselves to the world, you know, and it stopped. I think there is a lot to be said about how we present ourselves to the world and the words that we use and the things like that, you know, and I want people to, especially when I'm talking about, like, you know, this is not just about YouTube, right? But especially if I'm, like, having a conversation with my friends where I'm saying something that I want them to hear, or let's say if I am in, like, a Peterisms video, or if I am in a vlog and I'm talking about something that, like last night, and talking about, like, my addiction and my recovery, that was, like, that's really important stuff for me, right? I mean, obviously over here in the vlog, there's things that, like, talking about The Watcher is not as important as me talking about, I mean, for me personally, is not as important to me as me talking about, like, the early days of sobriety and what it was like at the end and all that kind of stuff, right? So, if I'm like, well, when I was effing using, and I was effing out there every effing day, and I was doing this, I was effing doing that, and I can't effing believe, I mean, at some point, like, do I think that there are those people out there that, like, they just kind of edit it out? Yes, I do, right? But do I think that there's people out there that that's a real distraction for as well? Yeah, and I think that there are people that will stop listening because of that. And I don't want anybody to miss what I have to say because of how I'm saying it. And I guess that's just what it is, you know? I don't know. There's, like, some small granules of truth of things that my mom has said, you know, or she said to me through the years that, like, I think about, and I look back on now that I've had a little bit more life experience, and I think, God, she was really right about that. You know what I mean? I remember when my friend that I had grown up with, that I went to elementary, junior high, high school, college, graduate school, all that stuff with, when she got really involved in this church and basically told me I was a sinner on the 4th level. And she's like, it's not as bad as murder, but worse than, I mean, it was like this weirdest conversation I'd ever had. And I was really, really upset about it, right? What are you looking over here for like that? You better stop looking over here at my beautiful mums. Are you turning your hose off tonight?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going back home.
Okay, I won't either then. Because we got an email about it.
I saw that.
Okay. And I remember talking to my mom about it, and I was really, really upset. I said, you know, Mom, like, I can remember, like, coming over to her house. It was right around, I think it was right around Halloween. And I said, Mom, I just don't understand. Like, I mean, we've been friends for so long. I mean, this was a friend of mine that, like, literally, like, knew every gay guy in Indianapolis and every drag queen. And I can remember, like, her 22nd birthday party. Hey! 22nd birthday party, like, was at a drag bar, and, like, the drag queens brought her up on stage and gave her a birthday cake and stuff. I mean, like, it wasn't like she was, and then all of a sudden had these huge issues, right? And I guess, well, maybe, so this happened later, like in our 20s, but part of it was that a friend of ours had suicided. And she really believed it had a lot to do with him being gay. It had nothing to do with him being gay, I don't think. I don't really personally believe it had anything to do with that, but, so anyway, I remember talking to my mom about it, and my mom said, and she was really, really close to that guy that died. I mean, I was really close to him too, but, like, she was, like, one of his best friends. And, like, I think even maybe had kind of a crush on him at times and stuff. But anyway, she, like, by this point, had, like, stopped, like, going to gay bars, stopped going out to any bars, and she was just involved in this church that she had started going to with some girlfriends, which was so funny because, like, she and this other girl, like, they had started going to this church to meet guys. Like, they had originally gone there for, like, the singles night, and then joined the choir, and then started going there on Sundays, and they were going there 3 or 4 nights a week. And it wasn't like, it was like a new Christian church. It wasn't like Pentecostal or anything like that, but, like, they were pretty hardcore. I mean, they were talking about, like, the levels of sin and things like that, right? And, I mean, when she said that to me, I was like, what? So, but talking to my mom said to me at the time, she said, people, and my mom, as a person, you know, it meant a lot to me because my mom is a woman of strong faith. My mom said to me, often people hide behind religion because they're scared, and it's because of fear. And so when they're fearful of things in their life that they don't understand or they don't know how to deal with, the structure of religion tells them how to handle these things. And so all they have to do is do the things that religion tells them to do, whatever that religion is that they have fallen into or walked into or whatever. And she said, so it's not necessarily that they're personally believing these things, you know, it's that they have now found an answer to the fear. And, you know, and I think that's so true when I look at even my own spiritual journey, you know, that, like, I can remember when my sponsor said to me when we finally started working on me finding a higher power, and he said, what's your biggest fear? I mean, that was the first question he asked me. You know, we're sitting here talking about my higher power, and he wants to know what my biggest fear is. How are the two connected? They're greatly connected, you know? And, you know, he said to me, what's your greatest fear? I don't know if you guys have heard this story before on here, but this is a kind of I'll tell this whole story some other time, but because I need to get off here. But I said my fear was death. And, oh, here she comes. Hold on a second. What are you doing? Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I gotta make this quick. So anyway, so when I started my spiritual journey, I'll tell you what she was talking about in just a second. So when I started my spiritual journey, that's where we started, was with my fear of death. And actually, the very first book that I read was because I wanted some kind of understanding, like visualization of you know, of an afterlife. I read, and I know this is going to sound silly to a lot of people, but it really helped me at the time, was Sylvia Browne, the psychic. I read her book, The Other Side and Back. And it really did help me at the time, you know, but it also was the first book where I went on to read about like all of these world religions and study all these world religions and take this and take that and pick up pieces here and there, which basically led me to an understanding of kindness, compassion, love, forgiveness, understanding, you know, hope, and that's forgiveness, and that's what I believe in today, you know. So anyway, yeah, she came over here to tell me. So last night, it was funny because Alex took Boo outside, and so we were all talking. They had the HOA, like, board voting at this, like, church up the street, right? So all of the people that were wanting to get voted in on the new board, my neighbor was like, I penciled you in. But anyway, I should have ran for it. I don't know why I didn't, like, in retrospect. Like, I should have ran for this thing. But even just, like, some small role on the board. But she was telling me that this one person that's, like, the know-it-all of the neighborhood, like, she apparently, like, the management company put out an email saying that until they have voted in the new president, because the past president resigned and they didn't appoint a new president yesterday when they did the voting, like, they voted for all the other board members, and now the board members have to vote on the next president. Until that happens, that this person is going to be the interim president. More gossip of the HOA. So anyway, all right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here and start getting ready for this movie. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Friday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. I'm gonna say this very fast. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but what? Shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And also remember to be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourself a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.